up, Chaos? Yeah. Yeah, you should see him on a horse. Let's see. That worked out well. Let's try this again. That right there is peak Everquest. Take everything out. Okay. All right, get our mana back now. I was thinking earlier, one of the biggest discussions right now in the beta is try and make casters as viable, or at least closer to melee in this game right now. It's increasing the difficulty and then adding multiple classes has apparently kind of pointed to the fact that casters have a scaling and resource problem, at least in the classic era. I'm told it's fixed in later eras, either through higher base damage on spells or AAs or other things that help their spells to scale, but none of that's excuse me, none of that is here now. And even the casting, what few crit AAs exist are pretty small. It's like 10% at most for crit AAs. I think you can add wizard on top for another 10, for maybe what, another 10%, I guess, maybe 20%. But really, probably the biggest thing holding a pure caster setup back is mana. Sure, you can double the mana pool as you would normally, have 3,500 mana versus the 1,500 you normally have. But it still regens very slow. And then I was asking, is there ways to increase the regen? And they said the mana that these regen numbers, they cap out at 120. Like they can't go over 120 in class in classic. And when I've had mana regen as high as 90, and it is still so absurdly slow. If you use a decent amount of mana and you're afraid to go into another fight because you might run out, you're still waiting a long time for mana to come back. Whereas end regen is always, even without balance stance, it's always innately higher. I got my end regen up, I think, up to 95, 96. And unlike a caster, even when endurance runs out, you can still do melee damage. You can still do damage. Your defenses still work. Not to mention the fact that at higher skill rates, endurance does not drain very quickly at all. Not compared to when you need to use mana to nuke shit down. So, I don't know. I was kind of thinking maybe if there was some kind of an AA that would be exclusive to the cloth casters that could refund mana. Oh my god, why did I spend this time? That was dumb. That could refund mana. I'm gonna try 3. Refund mana on nukes. I'm about to shrink and wait again. I keep forgetting. Like I was thinking, like an AA that may cost say 25, 30 points total, and it maxes out, and it returns 50% of the mana cost back when casting a direct damage nuke or a dot, and this AA would only be acceptable to the pure cloth casters. So necros, magicians, enchanters, wizards. That's it. Can I shrink myself again? Use up all my manas again. My mana's gonna go away. Yeah, I can double shrink. It's just every time I use it, sets my mana and endurance to 0. So I gotta wait. Here we are, teeny weeny. Okay. Let's kill these things while we wait. Boop. Any boots? No boots. That's a big baby. Oh. Nice. Upgrade to it. I mean, sky is 4. Side. How the fuck you say it? I don't know if Dink's a baby. I'm sure he eats babies, but I would call him a baby. I gotta kill Shadow Knights. It's not in this room. I'm a dumbass. I need a key. And the key that I need is no rent. So I have to kill Shadow Knight to get the key back. It's over here. Assuming he decides to drop this key, he may give me a different key. Give me a different key. Dick. Oh, I do have this key. So I can go and get... Excuse me. Excuse me. I have so much HP on these things. Like 3. I'm probably going to milk the Fallen until I can get most of the gear to +5. Why am I eating so much stamina? Oh, I guess that could be why. 115 point critical. I guess we'll see how long it takes. I mean, XP is pretty quick in here, and it usually peters out around 32, 33. I'm caring less about the weapons because I have Earthshaker. If I can get some +4 motes, or even some +5 motes, then I won't need any weapons out of here. But I think a +5 or +6 enchanted fine steel bastard sword is still a better ratio than Earthshaker. Gotta kill this fucker over here because it's got the bracers. That hurt. Stun, stun, stun. Oh yeah. Well, this combo can't dual wield, right? Berserkers can't dual wield. I would have to replace the paladin with ranger, or have bard or rogue or warrior in the mix to dual wield. Fastest? The fastest way to grind experience is to kill a whole bunch of shit as fast as you can. And that's not going to be on difficulty 3 because they just have a lot of health. So it's probably going to be sticking on 0 or 1. I'd probably stay on 1 because on 0 mobs still run. So I would stay on 1 so mobs don't run, and it's probably going to be something that has AoEs. I know that you see how long it's taking to kill. Because when they have dual classes, they have a lot of health. But if you're sticking on 0 and 1, you're gonna level quick. The XP difference between 0 and 4 is over twice the experience per kill. But it can take you 3 to 4 times longer to kill anything on 4. So if your goal is to level fast, regardless of your setup, you're gonna want to stick on 0, 1, maybe 2 at the max. But if you want to upgrade your gear quickly, like if you want to, say you want to stay in Befallen here, this Befallen experience kind of peters out around 30, 32. But you want to get all this fantastic gear they put in, and you want to get it to +5, then I would probably turn on 3 or 4. Slows down the experience. But instead of only getting, 4 points per upgrade, you're getting 16 points per upgrade. Slows you enough down long enough to get the gear and gives you like this here. This is +4. Excuse me. Need 4 points to upgrade it. It's going to go from 2 to 8 points into 4. This is worth 16. So getting +3s and +4s is just, it's just faster to upgrade your gear. But I really couldn't tell you what the fastest killing is. At least when you're starting with nothing. There's no level requirements on gear. So once you get your first trio to 50, you can take whatever gear you found, swap out one of those 3 for another class, drops you down to 10, level that up for AAs, but you still got all your 50 gear, and you're going to level faster. You're going to earn those AAs faster. And if you were one of the people that went out and did the raids and got planner gear and stuff, planar gear, whatever you want to say it, then did that. I mean, if you watch a lot of these streamers like Hammock and other guys who've been streaming themselves playing on lower levels with this gear, I mean, they're just invincible and they're just grinding through shit. I think it just depends on your goals. I still am recovering. My initial trio of Bard, Cleric, Warrior went pretty quick. You know, once I figured out where to go. I don't, you know, I'm new to Everquest, so I knew to go to Befallen. There's the key. I knew to go Befallen from watching streamers. Then after Befallen, I didn't know where to go. So they told me to go with Lower Guck. So now I didn't. Then when Lower Guck started to get frustrating in the lower 40s, I was like, where the hell to go next? So I had to go to Discord to find out. They said go to the hole. So now that I know where to go for fast leveling, that's going to be my route come launch time. Yes, if you're going to be an ogre, you're going to want to have a shaman to 15 at least. And I will say that this probably the smartest play when this thing launches is to get a shaman to 15, get a druid to 25, get a wizard to 24. Do that first. Then settle into your main trio, get to 50. The shaman to 15 gets you shrink. Druid to 25 gets you all their self rings. Wizard to 24 gets you all their self ports, except for the planes, obviously. And now you can go whenever, wherever. And travels, you don't got to worry about paying the 1 plat per level to the boats. And it's also going to give you a good, it's probably going to get you 13, 20, probably 30 or 40 AAs that you wouldn't have otherwise. It's turkey over here. There he is. That's a min-max way to approach it. You don't have to do that. You can just do whatever, because any combination is going to work and level quickly if you stick to the lower difficulties on the way up. Because there's places that have rings that don't have spires, and places that have spires that don't have rings. I think. I'm using a lot of mana right now. Oh, the druids are not aggro to, are not they're neutral to everybody here. That's not a problem. Just like with the Ixar NPCs and New Sebelis that they're just dubious to everybody. The druid rings are not aggressive. I mean, if you end up kiting them and killing them for a while, like we did back in the day. I'm sure they will hate your ass. But not out the gate. You know what else they did? I found out today because I was asking around about gear, right? Because I'm still an Everquest newbie. I don't know shit. I was looking up gear for what paladin and cleric and this combo could use at 50, and I noticed that one of the paladin items said it was erudite and human only, but they removed all racial restrictions from all the gear in this game. You can wear whatever you want as long as your class can use it. Doesn't matter if you're a fatty or a small. So no more ogres having to get, I guess, and I'm guessing it's by the descriptions of shit I found, right? Like there's cloth pants and there's large cloth pants. I'm assuming the difference is the large cloth pants were for like trolls and ogres and barbarians or whatever. Yeah, see, so I was wondering, I was kind of thinking, I was wondering if replacing paladin with ranger might also work for this setup. I was surprised rangers can't wear plate here because in the mud that this game was based on, rangers could wear plate. But I'm gonna get my ass kicked. But it looks like they get some decent skills. So if you had a cleric, as I do in this setup, with a ranger, would it be tanky enough to then leverage dual wielding and Zerker stance? Because dual wielding is still superior damage, according to the Discord. And also get the passive attack AA that druids get. They get an extra 104 attack rating at 50 from a passive AA. That's not an insignificant amount. And you still have Spellblade. You would then have damage shields. You'd have some relatively cheap single target nukes. I don't know. I don't know if that's better than leveraging Berserker stance with Smite to get lay on hands back faster. I don't know. The problem with that, Chad, is that I would have half the mana that I do now. I have 1197 mana because of Paladin and Cleric. If I go for 2 Martial classes, and Martial would be Warrior, Monk, Rogue, Berserker. If I do 2 of those, my mana pool is halved, and you use too much mana to keep yourself alive in the higher difficulties. But if you replace the Paladin with Ranger, I'd have the same. I'd have the same health, and it's a Wisdom class. I've already done Bard. The reason I'm doing this combo is so far the only difficulty 4 inner kill that's been recorded was this combo. But you just came out of nowhere. Now the reason why Lay on Hands is resetting faster is because Berserker Stance halves the cooldown. I keep that. Halves the cooldown of melee abilities. I did SK, wasn't impressed. Took it to 50. You can't any combo you want to use that has Spellblade, you don't want to rely heavily on Spellblade because you are going to flip the Divine to heal yourself. You are going to be in recovery to get that mana back. If the shit hits the fan, I have to rebuff myself already. If the shit hits the fan and you got to turtle up, you're not using Spellblade because you don't want the added pressure on your endurance bar while you're in defensive or evasive, and you don't want the added mana pressure on your mana bar while you're trying to keep your ass alive with heals. I took Warrior Bard Cleric to 50, then I took Shadow Knight to 50, and this was my experience. It was great when a life tap would the life taps with Spellblade proc, in addition to Vampiric Embrace when they would proc, but even when I was dual wielding with that setup, and I didn't have I didn't have the haste cap, which is 175. I didn't have the gear. I was at 160 haste, dual wielding. I would still go a few fights without Spellblade ever going off. So it simply just wasn't that reliable, at least in the harder difficulties. Now it's probably reliable enough if you're just sticking to 0 through 2 to keep you alive. Hell, something like Shadow Knight plus Rogue. Shadow Knight Cleric Rogue with the Leech Poisons, the Spellblade, and the Vampiric Embrace. On the easier difficulties, you can all just sit there in a place with a lot of patrols or fast respawns and just AFK, grind shit. And stay alive just fine, but in the difficult contact, man, I'm telling you, you end up spending a lot of your time turtled up and you're going to be in recovery. You'll hit Divine to heal yourself and you go back to recovery. And Harm Touch doesn't not do much damage. I think at 50 it was doing like, I think 900 damage. What it capped out at. These mobs have like, I mean, if you really want to do damage, like I saw earlier on the Discord, a ranger guy had an 8,000 damage bow slay undead hit. Wasn't even critical. He had paladin in the mix. He had ranger in the mix. He was doing range combat. He had an 8,000 point slay undead bow double shot hit. Spellblade is based on your mana versus the mana cost and your dexterity. They've already tested this in the Discord. Higher dexterity will also increase the proc rate of Spellblade. And over a super long fight, it can proc a lot. It's just not reliable. It's not something you want to rely on to keep your ass alive. It's all us fatty cynical. It's all of us. One guy did a test on a guard. He sat there long enough. We did like 70,000 hits. And Spellblade definitely procced more than anything else. I mean, a significant amount. But the nuke he was using was 135 mana, which is the mid-tier life tap. Right, 165. That'd be Drain Spirit for Shadow Knights. I'd show you, but I can't show you shit from the beta Discord. So I mean, when you're in a situation where you can use it, it's fun. That's why I'm sticking to a paladin or a knight of some kind, or a hybrid of some kind, to go with the cleric versus a warrior. But you don't want to rely on spell-bladed lap taps to keep your ass alive. I pulled this out already, didn't I? Yes. So it's a nice toy when you can use it. It's hard to draw cleric. Clerics do one thing and they do it well, and that's heal. And they don't just heal well. They were given 2 heals that cast very quickly. Right? Like, here's the regular big heal casting. It does 330. But then here's the faster casting Echo. That does 190 and then 255s, right? That's it. Yeah, 295s. So damn near the same amount, but faster. Is it 115? It's more expensive, but it's still, these echoes outside of Promised Renewal are on paper the most efficient heals in the game. I'm hoping that the new line of Drew is like a hot, like a long lasting heal over time. Because even the celestial line for clerics is redundant. There's no reason to even buy them. And just regular regens, they they cannot keep up with these health pools. Another advantage to having this particular setup, cleric paladin, or even say cleric ranger, or shaman or druid plus paladin or ranger, is divine stance, because that's 2 wisdom classes, and divine stance heals you, or the lowest health person in the party will heal for the amount of mana the heal cost, right? So this echo is 150 mana. It's going to heal myself for 190 the heal, the 150 from the mana, and because there's a second wisdom class, it's going to heal me for another 33% of this mana, another 50 points. I mean, that's just crazy shit. Can you flip back? Hit with the big heal. Do the big heal. It's 330 plus 115 plus 38. And if that crits, oh mama. Ooh. Specific OM, the new invocation. I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure what your question is, Chad. I could be too dumb to understand your your question there. Thankfully, these dark elves don't give Neriac faction hits. SK is fine. Like if if you want to be an ogre at the start, your class options for your base class are limited. Not to mention the fact that Paladin, SK, Berserker, or Bard does pretty damn well too for leveling. I mean, really, your leveling trio can be whatever the hell you want. Okay, I'm gonna get some mana back before we start dealing with these names. I think. Of course, you resisted. Unbelievable. I'll still have weight on hands. Just I had Warrior Bard Cleric at 50, SK Bard Cleric at 50. And I was leveling some of the others for AAs, and then I saw that guy post that D4 Interrupt kill using this combo, and I realized, well, it's beta. I mean, I could go and try to unlock Paladin, be an Ogre Paladin, but that could take days. Or I can just fucking delete and go again and see what it's like. I mean, they're not going to delete these beta characters at all. They're going to move them to a test server to keep going. But I mean, it hurts less to do this now than to do it in July. I also have a feeling that they're going to end up selling class tokens. Because when you hit 50, you're given a token, right? It's a physical object in your inventory. And once you use that token, you can then choose from a list of all the classes to make as a second primary option for your race. And it can be anything. You can be an Ogre Bard primary. What'd you drop? Did you drop your damn... Oh, this guy is not dropping this to low. So I have a feeling that like the transmog tokens that were shown in a video a few weeks ago, they're probably going to sell those, which is fine. I don't want to do class unlock achievements. Best, not gonna lie, man, the best is either going to be a bard, a cleric, or one of the 3 tanks. Those are your safest bets as of today to be your primary. maybe even ranger. Yeah, eventually we'll unlock everything. I'm not a fan of the achievement hunting personally. So if they do offer a tokens to unlock classes, then I'll probably buy a few tokens to unlock the classes personally. But that's just me. From what I understand, unlocking the different races is not difficult at all. Another thing to consider is your starting race. Because your starting race is going to determine your origin options. But if you start as a half elf, you can set your origin to a few different places when you choose another, when you set up another loadout. You can change your um, origin to Kinos or Kelithan. That seems pretty cool to me. Healy on hands yet? 2, 3, 4, 5. I think my ward ran out. Turkey. There is one streamer, Grant, the guy who did that D4 Innie. He said he's got almost all of the classes. He has all the classes unlocked for primary. He did all of them. But he's been in the beta for like, what, 2 months? Still, a lot of work. And he's a vet, so he knows what to do. I don't know shit. I have not even set foot in any of these planes. I've only seen Ogok, Firot, the Fallen, Upper and Lower Guk, the Hole, um, the Karanas. That's about it. Yeah, 17 days played in 2 months, man. That's just a little bit. I had the character I deleted had, I think, 5 days on it. Yeah. So he was able to do all that in 400 hours. And he's got all but 3 of the class. He's got 13 of the 16 classes at 50, which is no small feat. Was that 4 minutes? It was not 4 minutes. Okay, good. At least it wasn't that bad. Still, it's gonna hurt. The devs are working with the folks in the content creator program to try to get some newbie guides out that are specific to Legends. There's quite a few changes in Legends, as I discovered when someone was telling me, "Oh, I should go to Plane of Hate at 46 to experience." And I'm like, okay. So I googled how to get there, and it says the only way to get there is a wizard port, because Google's going to return basically Project 99 information. So I'm like, okay, I don't have a wizard. They would want to port me. They're like, oh, you don't got to port here. You can just go to Oasis at the top of the tower in the Oasis. You can just click the port. So, oh, okay. So no wizard needed. Yeah, you can now. But if you Google EverQuest Classic, how to get the Plane of Hate, your results are going to be P99 focused, and they're all going to say the only way to get there is a wizard port for all the planes. So, so I was asking, like, look, it's maybe why I even got the key, because my question on the stream that got me this key was, is there going to be changes made to the game for onboarding new players or players that really only dabbled a bit in EverQuest back in the day and never touched it again, or they only played live. They played live to like 60, 70 and got burnt and just didn't continue. Newbies. Is there going to be anything to help uh, deal with that crazy ass divide of knowledge, the lack of knowledge, the lack of any kind of guided experience uh, that is common in modern MMORPGs, and not have to rely on a third party program? I mean, shit, the fucking zone guy doesn't work. Doesn't work right half the time. So when I wanted to try to find my way from Fearot to Befallen, the zone guy wouldn't show me. I think the zone guy didn't work because they had added or moved some zones around here or something. I don't know. I'm guessing. But it would not show a path and it would not show a route. And even in other places, when I would try to figure out how am I going to get here, I used the zone guide, and it oftentimes would not populate the zone route. And the zone route here would not populate until I had put start zone, end zone, and then change zones, and then it would populate this. But in Fearot, from Fearot to go to anywhere, this doesn't work. Activate path never pops up. So, wow, I can see those guys pretty far for not having tracking. And there's nothing that in the game, unlike a modern MMORPG, that tells you where to go. Even the tutorial. Even when you start this tutorial, in your bag you got something called a letter to Doug. The game doesn't tell you to give that letter to Doug. It just says letter to Doug. If you give the letter to Doug, you get some experience, and you get a breadcrumb to continue the tutorial quests. And also in your bag is your Guildmaster letter. You click on it, you can't actually read what's on it. You right click on it, nothing happens. But if you weren't, why did I face? If you didn't watch somebody else or read somewhere, you would probably just throw that note away instead of giving it to your Guildmaster to get a free chess piece. Shit, I only learned about that was even a thing. I used to always just throw it away. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I was watching a streamer. I think it was some new TLP I was considering playing. And I watched them log in on day one, make their character, hand the letter to the Guildmaster, and get a robe. I was like, what the fuck? That's a thing? I've been throwing that damn thing away for all these years. So shit like that. But Brass said in the Discord today that they are working with their existing content creators to create newbie guys. And they said that the wiki, there is a new wiki, Everquest Legends wiki, which is fine. But again, it's not oriented. The information that you get from it is still oriented towards veterans that know what they're looking for. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about when this guy dies. It's like watching paint dry, but I want to get these things upgraded before I leave. Oh, one advantage I will say that Shadow Knights have is their healing debuff dot. When I was killing this guy on +4 on my Shadow Knight, I would drop that healing debuff and I could kill him before he taxed his mana from healing himself. Here, he's going to be out of mana before he actually dies. So that dot, even the first one you get, that's only 20%. The second one you get is 30%. It makes a difference on any of these dual class NPCs you're fighting that heal themselves. Oh, Baron. All right, so the wiki. So here's an example of something that's not exactly what I would say new player friendly way to present the information. So if I want to, let's say I'm a cleric and go away. I'm a cleric. I don't know anything about the game. I want to find a chess place. I want to find a chess piece, a good one, a nice one, that I can get myself that's in my level range. This is how the information is presented to me. I got these stupid out of era things. Is this in the game or is it not? I don't know. It doesn't tell me. It tells me the zone, but it doesn't tell me what's the level range of this zone. What level could I go and get this myself? In order for me to find that out, I gotta click on the individual item, banded mail. Well, that was enough. That's a question. Let's find, say, Black and Iron Mail, Goblin King. Okay. Black and Iron Mail is in Runny Eye. Where's Runny Eye? Runny Eye is in... Don't know. Gotta dig through here to figure out where it's attached to. Then I gotta figure out where that zone is and how to get there. So this is not a newbie friendly way of presenting, where to get shit. And it may very well be that all these things that are listed, they're actually not good for you, right? They're not something you should be spending your time on getting. But look at all these options just for a cleric usable chest plate. No, Kazakh Fool. Actually, I was thinking about that. So I heard his Rubicite stuff's pretty good. Kazakh Fool, isn't that off of Oga? Anyways, I told him that the best thing to do for that kind of information is to add, a column that says, well, first of all, get rid of those fucking out of era tags. New player doesn't know what the hell that means. And then putting in columns that say level of the zone, or a level range that you can be in to be able to do that yourself. Do you think going ogre specifically for FSI full stun immunity to delaying spending all his aids? I think it is. I think it's worth it. I don't know what I don't remember when I asked on the Discord how many AAs does it take to max out that AA. It's like 30. It's a lot of AAs, man. I mean, I'm level 25, and I've leveled a shaman to 15, and I have 37 assigned AAs. I've only earned I've earned 31 AAs. Rest for auto granted. And if you plan to have a bard in the mix, you want to spend your first 30 points getting that symphony AA maxed out, so you have 5 songs auto playing, and then you got to max out uh, mnemonic retention, so you have the extra 6 slots, so you're not screwing yourself having those 5 songs going. You can everybody can get 80. The paladins, warriors, and shadow knights, they're at 100% at the max rank. Warrior Cleave does a lot of damage. Warrior Cleave is fantastic. Warrior Cleave in offensive stance is a lot of damage, drains the hell out of your endurance. But you can't bash or slam. You can cleave, or you can bash, or you can slam. Sucks as an ogre. Because here as an ogre, I can frenzy, and kick, and slam, and smite. They can? Why are Zerkers considered tanks? Weird. The end game is going to be the most endurance regen you can get. Yeah, as it stands now. But they're probably going to tune that down. I mean, the reason why people are burning through their endurance is from being in defensive or evasive stance. Once you get to a certain skill level, it seems like unless you're doing something like cleave and offensive stance that for some damn reason, and it's just cleave, really drains the shit out of your endurance. Or when you down level yourself using, raid level weapons, so you're hitting 5 times harder than you should be. I didn't find, once I got into the 40s using the 2-hand out of here that was like a 0.81 ratio, I really wasn't losing endurance that much in combat in offensive stance. It was when I was getting overwhelmed in defensive or evasive that it would drain my endurance. But mana was still a problem. I think mana is the biggest problem. They don't solve the mana problem. A triple caster setup should be viable. It should be. It just should be, but it's not right now. You don't do enough mana. You don't do enough damage for the mana spent. You don't get the mana back. So, wait, my ward gone again? Yes, it is. Stop stunning me. You dick. At least he burned his lay on hands early. The pet changes do kind of make a triple caster setup possible using a pet tank. Just for leveling in difficulty 0 through 2. it works fine with or without gear. If I were to do a pure caster setup, it would be Magician plus Beast Lord, and then whatever the fuck else. So you'd have the Magician pets with the superior pet haste and damage shield, and then you'd have the Beast Lord procs and the Beast Lord superior pet heals. Now, Beast Lords don't get haste, so probably add a Shaman on top of that for haste and Puma, because Puma's pretty damn funny. Puma's pretty funny on the pets, man. They just go crazy. The last box I did when I tried playing live was a 2-box of Magician Shaman. Yeah, and Puma on the pets was just, it was fucking hilarious, man. Little blenders. Sure. Warrior Shaman Necros find a level with. I don't know how well it would do in, you know, anything that's actually taxing you. They added endurance regen to Chloroplast. Past. Just once you get to end game, right, you start having 4,000, 5,000. My first 50 combo, my warrior bard cleric combo in just befallen gear at level 50 as an ogre had 5,800 health. I didn't have the, despite my trying to farm it never dropping, didn't have the HP ring out of lower guck, didn't have any earrings with stats on it. The only things with stats on it I had were, this guy's still going to drop his weapon all the time now, huh? I didn't really have shit. I have 5,700 health. How the hell is a 650 point superior heal gonna do anything? And Promise Renewal healed for 6,300. So I was already getting close to the max that Promise Renewal could heal without any gearing outside of what dropped in this place and that helmet from the ghoul, the Hoptor, whatever his name is, and lower guck. Buff is just running out now. Man, I'm just gonna do all the buffs. Fuck it. Now, as you guys may or may not know, Promise Renewal is like a buff you put on yourself quickly. After 12 seconds, it fires off a fat heal. And as you can see here, getting these damn buffs up is annoying every 30 minutes. There is an AA that extends the duration of your buffs. But if you take that AA, it also extends how long it takes for Promise Renewal to fire off. So that's a double-edged sword. Deal with this annoying bullshit, or have your Promise Renewal fire off faster. I'm hoping that's something they can address. I need to get, what am I doing? I want this damn proc out of this guy. This guy's weapon if you'll fucking drop it. Keep killing the Baron. I should be able to get him solo, yes? Yes. Oh no, of course he came. What, proximity aggro's my guess? Oh man, once you get Promise Renewal, it really changes the game and how often you use mana. It's an expensive spell. It's so look at these guys hurt. Okay, it's 550 mana. It is expensive to use. At level 39, when you get it, you might have 2,500 mana, something like that. So using it, it's like a quarter of your mana bar. But if you only have to use that and stay in recovery, you have a good chance that you'll get the mana back before your next time you have to use it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've not heard anybody say that regen for either is the way to go. Although, to be honest, nobody's really talked about, this race is best or that race is best outside of Ogre. Conversation is always either about Ogre or what looks good. I think my friend's wife, if she plays, because right now my friend is on the fence, despite he and I having been playing these games together for over 20 years. He's become kind of a graphic slut. And I showed him screenshots today that showed that Everquest Legends seems to be using higher res textures for their classic models than the live res, but he's still kind of hung up on the graphics. But if he joins and his wife joins, she's going to make a half elf or a high elf. A high elf female because they have ponytails. She wants to have ponytails on her characters. Some folks are like that. Me, I think ogres are funny as shit. I do sometimes chase the look, right? My OG character in World of Warcraft is almost always an orc hunter, female, because they look awesome. My Guild Wars 2 Ranger was a female human. All my characters in Guild Wars 2 are female humans because they just look fantastic and their armor looks amazing. It's back again. I don't know, for some reason ogres just fucking crack me up here. You know what? Let's get all this crap off here. You jerk. There. No buffs for you. But to answer your question, I don't think it is. Because according to the Discord, all these regen rates, they max out at 120. Highest mana regen I saw was on Grimthoul's stream. He was warrior, I think it was warrior cleric necro, and with Lich going, he had 96 mana regen. Endurance regen gets pretty high. My warrior cleric, my bard, running the endurance regen songs in balance stance was over 90 as well. But I mean, even if it capped out at 120, what's 120 every 6 seconds going to do when you have 7,000, 8,000 health? 8,000 health. First stream I saw of Legends was a warrior. I don't know what he was doing, so he was in one of the raids. He was tanking one of the raids. It's an ogre warrior, had 8,000 health. 8,000. And even now, I would like to nuke. I would like to speed this up by adding nukes to the mix. But I don't want to burn the mana. It just, it regens so slow. Right. So here we are out of combat, 891, 948, 60 a tick. And I have 1200. It's going to take a while to come back. It's just downtime nobody wants to deal with. See if he'll come solo this time. I tell you, I had a lot of fun when I was leveling Enchanter also. Besides the fact I can run around as a high elf. But they very early in the 20s, they get a cancel magic that strips 4 debuffs. And being able to strips 4 buffs. Being able to strip 4 buffs from these difficulty 3 and difficulty 4 dual class mobs, it can really speed up the combat. But everybody else only gets a single target, a single buff strip. The one the clerics got in the 40s did 2. But most of these guys, they got, 4 or 5 buffs up almost all the time. Why did I do that? My brain's not working. I think recovery stance, this one here that doubles your mana regen, should just be baked in to everybody. Make it an auto grant AA. And then replace this with an invocation that refunds the mana cost of nukes when they land. Did I have these yet? I did not have these yet. Very nice. There's iron masks down here, but I'm not having the best luck with them dropping. Oh, you know what? Look at that two-hander. These guys are harm touching. I just got affiliate today, and I decided to set the ads to just once every 60 minutes. I think it was like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm an old man, so I got to pee a lot, and I figured that's good. I can take a pee break when they pop. Smite starting to hit pretty hard. 88. Double attack. Frenzy needs work, man. Frenzy does not do much damage at all. I know they're talking about reworking it. I just don't know what they're going to do to it. And I hope whatever they do, they don't decide to nuke uh, Berserker stance so it stops having the cooldown of these melee abilities. Because that's really all. It's the only thing Berserker has. If they do that, you're better off just popping Rogue in. I won't fight it. Shit. Okay. I'm not swinging. I don't know. I'm finding this paladin pretty chill. Like if I want to just conserve mana, I can just wait for lay on hands to come back every time. As long as Smite's not, missing a lot. It seems to come back every 4 or 5 minutes. Unless you're getting overwhelmed, you should be able to go that long between a big heal. I can just use an echo every now and then. Oh my god, I'm in the wrong stance. Hello. I was like, why am I not swinging? Oh, I'm in the wrong stance. Stun, stun, stun. I leveled my warrior cleric bard combo all the way up using only 2-hand. Then with the Shadow Knight, I went dual wielding. Oh, what a difference that was. Did I get the sword? Son of a bitch, no. It's stingy shit. Him and the Baron. It got to the point that I had I had the bard thing going with invis. I would just invis between all these rares down here, or the name down here, just to farm their stuff. I did that for several hours one day because I wanted to get a lot of the leather up to like +8, +9. It took a while. What is this? That is almost. All right. Folks were on the beta, or there's been some complaints about an economy, lack of economy. No plat sinks. I've got 100,000 plat and nothing to do with it. It's like, all right, well, I took this guy at level 20 to go buy his 20 to 40 cleric spells, just cleric spells. And I didn't have enough plat, so you know. Have you done trade skills yet? Did you buy the spells for all the classes? There's probably some places you could have got rid of that plat. I mean, yeah, sure, you're gonna get to a point on this game where you have nothing else to buy, and that's true. That's true for any MMORPG that you play long enough. If WoW, like if World of Warcraft didn't have a straight up full gear reset every 3 or 4 months, you would eventually find no use for gold if you played every day. Watch, he's gonna put that damage shield back on. Yes, he did. Asshole. Ah, spare. Ah, that sounded like it hurt. Goodness. Oh, heck was he suddenly wrecking me with? And why am I missing so much? Let's go into offensive. Offensive has a 25% accuracy bonus and double damage. Maybe we'll stop missing so damn much. Oh, the delay on this weapon is so slow. What is it? 70? Nice, on a chest piece. Chest piece is up to 5 already. Hmm. And offensive hits hard. But it's hard to not use Berserker stance. I mean, you're kicking and bashing and smiting twice as often. God damn him, he is not gonna drop that. I need it. This guy drops a stiletto that has an ignite proc you can pull out. Because right now the Earthshaker proc isn't doing anything for me. AC 47. See, I gotta be on difficulty 4 to get the rank 5 modes. At least now I can pull this out and replace this with something else. Heals earlier, showing how one spell is linked for 3 different amounts. Can you explain that, please? Alright, so it's Divine Stance that does that. Divine Stance. Spending mana will heal the group member with the lowest amount of HP for a percentage of that amount. For every additional Wisdom class, this will repeat a heal for 33% of the mana spent. So if it was just like a Berserker Cleric and anything else that wasn't Wisdom, Renewing Echo here with the mana cost of 150 will heal for 193 to 280 plus 150 per cast. And that 150, if I'm in the group, will go to the person with the lowest health. Now, because I also have Paladin, another Wisdom class, it's going to heal for the initial amount, plus the 150, and then heal again for 33% of that 150. And any other spell I cast will heal me for, say I use this, it'll heal me for 133 plus 33% of that 133 in this stance. This stance is only available to the Wisdom classes. I don't know if Rangers get it. It's an invocation. You have stances and you have invocations that can be used together. Invocations, like I have here, I have Spellblade. Spellblade allows the first spell in my first spell slot here at the top that has a reuse timer that's equal to or less than its cast time to proc on weapon swings, right? Overchannel invocation have a resist adjust plus another 15 resist for every non-hybrid caster. So because I have Cleric in here, I should be getting 175% minus resist chance. It allows me to land shit easier, but it does increase the cost of it does draw 20% of the mana cost from my endurance pool while this is on. Empower increases the power of your healing spells by 25% plus 10% more per additional non-hybrid casting class at the cost of 20% more mana cost. So I almost never use that. Inversion is one that can be fun to use in a pickle because it shifts the casting time. It makes everything cast 2/3 faster, damn near instant, but it transfers that cast time to the reuse time, right? So you can't spam it. as much, but it does increase. It does take 20% of the mana cost from your endurance. Recovery. Recovery doubles your mana regen. It doesn't double your out of combat mana regen, but it doubles your mana regen from spells and items, and reduces the cost of item spells by 5%. And then the last one, like we said, divine. And these are different from the stances. So we'll go into over channel to make sure that these lulls land, because I don't want to fight 3 at a time. It's on this difficulty, because I don't have any gear outside of what I found so far. It might kill me or leave me with no mana. But if I can get lull to land on all 3, I should be able to single pull this guy out most of the time. Not always. It was something I didn't see a lot of other streamers do, was trying to, you know, single pull, double pull, and not get overwhelmed so often. Finally. Was it +4? It was not. I'm going to have to put a thingy in it. So I can pull this out. Pull this out. And put this in there. And now I've got a little ignite proc on my weapon. And then we will put this. And we'll keep this in here. Then we have a key ring, an equipment key ring. You can hold up to 50 items in here. You can just pull out and put in whenever you want, and you can still upgrade them in the field. So I'm going to stick this stiletto in here. So any additional swords I find will just merge it. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to merge that later. Can we put that in here? Yes. So I can store the proc from Earthshaker in here. And when I hit 45, I can slap it back in the Earthshaker. And it's Bone Bladed Claymore. Skull and Metal Wand. Chipbone Rod. Shield. I don't know why I'm keeping this. This ring. So I don't got to keep all that crap in my inventory. Why don't we get that guy with this sword again? Not these turkeys. Why you? Like if I want to get this AoE off quick, go to inversion. Oh, they interrupted it anyways. But get it off faster, or if ever. But now it's going to have a longer cooldown. That probably was not the best example. Best example is for an enchanter using their AoE mez. It's practically instant with that invocation up. You know, it's not gonna backspace, not gonna be a problem. It is not. It just isn't. I'll show you the next time something drops why. But besides your bank space, which by the way is huge here, and how frequent full-on 8-slot bags drop. Oh, I meant to show you that. God damn it. So besides that, you also have moat storage. So they're stored there. You have a trade skill depot like Live has, and it will hold 5,000 different stacked items. And you also have a dragon hoard that will hold 150 of whatever the fuck you want to put in it. And I don't have to go to the bank to deposit things. I have to go to the bank to get it out, but I don't gotta go to the bank to put it in. Now, unlike the live game, there's no tag on items that are used for trade skills. I have no idea what's a trade skill item or not. So if it looks like it might be something used for something, I've just been telling the game to automat here. Okay? So here's my long sword. I can loot it. I can merge it, but I don't have one to merge. I can store it or I can sell it. If I hit store, it's going to go in my Dragon Hoard in the bank. Or if it's a trade skill item, it'll go into the trade skill depot. But I don't got to put this in my inventory if I want to keep it for later. And if I don't want to keep it at all, I can just fucking sell it right now without going to a vendor. And I can right click here and say do any of these things automatically. So this is what is this? Fine steel longsword. I just want to sell it every time it drops. If I change my mind, I can open up advanced loot, go to filters, go to fine steel longsword, and change it. My buffs are running out. No wonder why it's feeling like crap. Upgraded items do not sell more. For more. Their value does not increase. I thought like you, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna plus 10 everything. I'm gonna have a plus 10 rusty hatchet and then sell it. No, it didn't change the value. No. Now getting to plus 10 it is a takes a while. If you are doing exclusively, using exclusively the 0 or +1 of the item to keep merging into, it takes over 1,000 of them to do that, to get to +10. Like 9 to 10, I think, was 540 something points. And an item that drops at +4 is worth 16 points. So 540 divided by 16. That's, I gotta get 33. You gotta get 33 versions of that item to go from 9 to 10. So it's not a system that's designed to make it easy to do. There's a guy that linked a +9 Fiery Avenger over that 2-hand weapon. And so what he had to do was he got his initial quested 2-hand to +5 using motes. Then he kept requesting the sword, doing the quest over, upgrading it to 5, merging it in. Do it again, upgrade it to 5, merge it back in. Guy's been doing that for 2 months. But by doing that for 2 months, so to find it here. Paladin. Primary. So, by doing this for 2 months, he went with an item that is 33 damage, 44 delay, 0.75 ratio. Pretty good, right? He upgraded it to +9. Now it's 63 damage. He doubled the ratio, plus all the stats on it. Right? Look at these stats. That's his final form, 1.5. But that was a lot of work for him to do that. Right there, see 9? That was 512. It's a lot of work to get anything to. If your charisma at the time you auto sell affects the prices, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it affects auto sell prices. I know it affects vendor prices. If people have talked about it, they're saying, go throw on Enchanter or put your illusion and shit on, and then go sell your stuff. But outside of this, on your initial leveling, when you're trying to buy spells for 2 classes or more, after you do that, even if you do that, because there's a YouTuber named Wreck-It Rogue. He's got a series he's been doing where he made his warrior cleric. He's been forcing himself to stay on difficulty 4 for the whole time, and he crafted himself full set of bandit, and I think he got to like +3 or +4, and he farmed a plat by farming hell giants and doing the Lightstone quests and that kind of stuff. So he got hundreds and hundreds of plat at like level 16. So I don't think plat's going to be an issue. There's really no plat sinks unless you're trying to level up like everything quickly, and buy all the spells, or if you're trying to do all the trade skills early. I know I've heard that the estimates to level up jewel crafting is like 12K. I don't know what alchemy is. There's incentive to do alchemy for the health and the haste potions, health potions, mana regen potions, all that stuff. So there's definitely an incentive to do it. I just don't know how much it will cost to get to a decent level. And even then, I mean, just in since when I started this stream, I had zero. I had no mana. I've been streaming for 2 hours. No mana. I had no platinum, and I've made 99. 112 platinum in the last 2 hours. Just killing shit here. So I don't think platinum's gonna be a problem. Did he drop his sword? Wow, this guy is really being a dick with his. He drops an enchanted fine steel blaster sword. That is like it's the best weapon out of here. But he is being stingy with it right now. Nothing at 27. What? 28. 9. 30. But as an ogre, I don't know that I care about charisma too much. Yeah, I didn't even bother charming. Bar charm doesn't break early, but I didn't even bother charming. Why are you running behind me? This. They're 193 healing plus 150 the mana cost plus 50 more for the 33% mana cost. See, that was 5 plat just for that chick. I do wonder if I have enough mana that I can go to a higher rank of this. We'll try a higher rank. It's still kind of cheap. 43. See how often it procs, if at all. Excuse me. There's one, finally. There's an Ignite proc. On my last character, I had 250 decks with my Bard song going. And I'm telling you, Spellblade just does not proc very often. It's really just like a fun thing to have. It's not like any proc is a fun thing to have. It's not not something I want to rely on in my kit for anything. Oh, excuse me. Anything like survival. So I can just use the cleric nukes, or if I'm fighting undead, I can use undead nukes in this slot for Spellblade. And get a nice little bonus every now and then. There's only been one proc so far. Along this fight's been, there's only been one Spellblade proc. Oh, there's a second one. And a third one at the end. So if I go for the cheaper, let's go for this. Those aren't going to fire. Go for the cheapest one. 7 mana. That's 10 damage. Theoretically, or as I've been told, the cheaper the mana cost, the more it procs. Let's see if that's true. I think my guard awarded V wore off again. Nope. Okay. There's one. There's one. So it really don't matter. We'll put the fattest one in there. The leggings are now +4. Another copy will make them +5. You know what? Fuck it. Lay on hands is up. Let's do all 3 of these. And we're spinning. And we're rooted and can't turn. There we go. Let's see if we can't get this on. Interrupted. Oh no, we got it all. Of course, your healers. Nice crit. All 3 of them are healers. Wonderful. No dagger. Yep, we got a ranger and a cleric. I think we'll just sit here and regen some mana and use lay on hands when we get low. He sticks back up. I don't want to fight him. Incoming harm touch. There we go. I can't, of course, just turtle it up. And defend. No, that's not the right stance. Defensive stance. You know, to answer your question about charisma, I think that selling from the field doesn't even look at charisma. And I don't even think it's full value. I think it's like a reduced value. And it's the last. Right. Combat Fury. Not critting often enough for that rune to actually do anything. There's 178. That would have been a 30-point rune. These seem to come automatically. So with this Berserker AA and Combat Fury, I guess I'm going to have, what, 10% melee crit chance? I don't rely on offensive spells, so maybe we'll do... Hmm. Okay. Boss, you're running out again. Excuse me. It's not exactly compelling gameplay, I know. I am tempted to drop it to lower difficulty and just level the rest of the way out of this joint. What are you healing on? Oh, sure. Now it shows him healing. Man, he is not dropping that two-hand. Shit. See, mixing in nukes definitely speeds everything up. But... I should have rebuffed. We should probably get quick buff next, which I think is 5 or 6 points. Wait, can I have it? Five points. This guy's dropping his one-hander more often. His one-hander's pretty good. Should be in the key ring, right? What are we up to? Plus 4. Yeah, that's pretty good. So were these in the any slot for stats. Oh, I should have buffed. Oh, I'll buff after this. It's like no healers this time. All right, buff time. He's really being a dick with that thing. And that bastard's gonna keep casting it on him. Let's get you out of his line of sight. Oh, now she's gonna buff him. I just can't win. Might change that stun out. Or something with a faster reuse. Yeah, kick and bash so often that can interrupt a lot of them. Quick. I'm stuck. Been lucky I haven't come across many wizards yet. when they dual class wizard, they just spam that lightning bolt, which hits for like 200, 250, and stuns you. No cooldown. Except our legs and our chest are now +5. Might not kill this guy anymore. I don't really want his stiletto. I got the proc out of it, so I'm good. I'll just go back and forth between the Baron and the Knight until I get 30. I get lay on hands back frequently enough now that maybe I don't have to heal myself so much. That reminds me. I'm gonna have to buy food and drinks in this fat ass. It's a shoulder trying. AC 8. No, it's not great. Oh no. Finally, he dropped it. This is a really good two-hand. for the level. What the hell? Why'd you aggro me? Okay. Huh. Oh, no. Excuse me. Oh, the okay. Everything wants to play today. Wonder what they're gonna do for Kunark. These devs have talked about having more horizontal progression than vertical. So I'm thinking they might not raise the level cap for Kunark. Hell, they even said the Kunark is not going to be anything like regular Kunark is in the game. Excuse me, they're doing their own thing. Their own vision of the game. So I can see it not having a level cap, um, or a level raise. You don't have to level, 16 classes to what is it? Is it goes up 5 levels, 10 levels, whatever Kunark was? It's pretty crazy how the current cap is 130 on live. I was watching, I was watching that one Necromancer guy that lives on test on live, and I'm looking at his and it has I didn't recognize anything, any of the spells. He had so many AA abilities on across like 7 or 8 different hot bars of these bars here. So And what he was doing looked pretty cool. I mean, as a Necro, his pet was taking a raid boss in the current tier of the game. He had put a bunch of raid gear on, I guess, to make the pet freaking monster, and he was able to keep it alive, no sweat, and nuke down the boss, no sweat. And it's like, all right, that looks like fun. So then I go and I make a Necro on live, and I'm like, my pet can't take a damn thing. Went and found a bunch of cheap Defiant gear, put a bunch of cheap Defiant gear on it. No, it still can't take a damn thing. Concept of pet classes has always been fun to me. I was always jealous of the mages and necros when I did play Everquest, watching the shit they could do. And on my druid, all I could do was, root rot or quad kite, and only outdoors because this shit didn't work indoors. Spirit of Wolf didn't work indoors, but it took so long to do experience that I didn't want to start another class, and I did not want to spend the money to dual and triple box. Resist buffs do not last very long. Resisted. Wow. I didn't drop it. We need how many points? 5? Fine. Oh, you bastards. I miss so much, but when things actually land, it's quite a bit of damage. I don't know what to do to increase my hit rate. I mean, how? Miss, 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 miss. Parry. Oh, I could use Soul Leech, you know that? Big hits. These are +4. What's up, Wayback Machine? Thanks for the follow. Good lord, what the hell happened there? Okay. So we got some crits on there. A sword. Oh, kill them all faster than they repop. That's nice. Offensive stance does not appear to affect Smite's damage. It is purely based on the size of my mana pool. They both came? Jerks. Precious man. you shift like that? Oh, we're +6 now on that. Clinic was definitely dropping a lot. Oh, beast, great. We lost stuns then. Yeah, like that. Instant stun. Like endurance is not even a problem, right? I'm in berserker stance. I'm swinging twice as fast, but I'm not using any endurance. But any kind of casting, and I have to deal with mana downtime. They've got to adjust, do something with mana beyond this recovery invocation if they want to keep the caster crowd. Every buff. I mean, I want to be more aggressive. You should be able to be more aggressive, being able to be both a melee and a caster, but it's that mana downtime. It's fast. Wrath. Proc or something? No, that guy just kind of fell over dead. Maybe it's the levels. Damn, two-hand slashing is already at 166. How high does it go for berserkers? Oh, you bastard. I got a friend, it seems. Still no dual wield. So depressing. Double attack is pretty good. I don't know what the berserker skill caps are. No one's got their classic era skill caps down because berserkers like were not a classic class. Goodness. I am definitely suddenly killing very fast. It's like stuff's finally starting to land. Not there though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 misses. Oh, he's a wizard. Paladin wizard. Stun, stun, and stun. And stun. There's a stun. Another stun. Another stun. Another stun. It's like goofy. Stun. Stun again. Another stun. Yeah, it's so crazy. Something about that Wheezy code just makes them spam those stuns. He died fast. Yeah, 30 will go somewhere else, I think. Don't know where. I don't know if I want to go to Lower Gunk again. At least not right now. I guess she has capital letters in her name. I guess she's a named chick. Son of a gun. Oh, you fucker. What? I think Harm Touch needs a buff, right? I mean, there's really no advantage to going Shadow Knight right now. Paladin's get a self haste spell. Lay on Hands is already 5 minutes faster cooldown before you factor in Smite reducing the cooldown. Shit. pretty hilarious that enchanter pets now have lay on hands and stuns and heals. Missing a buff. That's cute. Missing a buff. What buff am I missing here? Got the ward. Wait, is there a way to see it? There is no way to see it. The guard. Bravery. Blessing. Symbol. Your magic. Oh, it's 6. I think it was 7. 4 a.m. brain. Orphans. Off stream, I might level up Drew to 25 in here. Because I'm going to want to go to the hole in the 40s. Oh, got the robe too. Oh, nice. Smite took 4% of my mana when it double attacked. Ugh. You die already. $30. Let me get it 30. Specializations. Unbound Boon and Unbound Fury at rank 2. So we got another 2% melee crit, 2% exceptional heal. And then all the specialization casting schools opened up. Which we probably want to be alteration, right? Yes. Great. We got slow. Well, those dots are chunking. +6. I need 5 more to upgrade it if I'm using rank 3s. Give or take. Yeah, this guy's buff to the gills, man. Okay. Oh, I totally forgot. put my new heal on. What time is it right now? This might be a good time to quit. 4 o'clock in the morning. That's a fatty heal, right? Let's see what it does. $5.25. All right, I'm going to gate back to the entrance here. Actually, let me kill this guy one more time. See, this asshole drops his two-hand. I can get quick buck now. It's funny how it casts lull on my soothe on myself. I don't, I don't know why it does that. I do need to go back. I need to buy my 30 to 40 spells. Or 31 to 40 spells. Now that I have plat again. Oh damn, I made a lot of plat. 246. Yeah, this guy's only dropped that weapon one time. That is so crazy. Oh, we got friends. Okay. All right, everybody. It's gonna be it for tonight. The 20 or so of you that are currently lurking and not talking, don't be afraid to chat next time. And I shall see you next time.